So was it a banging ass blast from the past, or was it kind of bittersweet to go back to '94 with Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers having just come out, you know what I'm saying, making real big noise in the hip-hop era and the Twin Towers? It's just like a lot going on in that year.
Yeah, it was a blast from the past. I'm not going to say the other one because that was a good time for us.
It was.
Then. And even though we were getting like $30 a piece at
Yeah.
shows and stuff, and then it went up to $100, ballin'. You know, it was. I mean, sitting in that movie, sitting in the theater at Sundance and watching that movie, just some of the music. You know, you couldn't help but tap your foot in the aisle.
Of
like,
course.
Yeah.
Especially since you lived it, though. That must have been crazy. So do you feel like the role that you play kind of personified that?
Nah, I mean, my role wasn't pivotal like, you know, let's say like Olivia's was or Ben Kingsley's was.
No, but you're having been there and been in the
in
mecca
that,
of the movement in the era, like.
I think based off, you know, Wu-Tang coming out in that era, that's what gave us that legendary status, even though what the hell is a legend, honestly. I hate labels.
You are.
I do,
man.
but I hate labels, man, you know.
But you're an iconic figure. You do acknowledge that, right?
I'll let somebody else acknowledge
Does
it.
that feel weird to say?
It's more, I like to stay in the humble line, like right there in the middle.
Well, would you say that Wu-Tang definitely is iconic in terms of
I think so.
hip-hop's era and the history?
The movement.
Yeah,
movement,
without
definitely.
question.
Yeah.
So y'all got a lot of followers, and you kind of set the precedent for that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a good
I
thing.
take that. He said it better than I could ever say.
All right, so going back to '94 still,
Okay.
real quick, and then fast forward into 2008.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of stuff in hip hop that is taking place. Where are we now? Like, what's your take on the whole situation?
I think it's nothing. I have nothing against having fun. You know what I'm saying? But when you're calling it, when you're acting like that's the official, you know, like this is the blueprint of hip hop. Nah.
What are you saying? Down south, lean with it, rock with it is not the new.
I'm
that's
not
not
saying
it.
it's not just
It's not
down
hip-hop?
south. It's not just down south. We got dudes in New York popping off with the, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
But I'm not even mad at none of that because in a party, you know, sometimes you want to lean with it, pop with,
No
you know what I mean?
doubt.
But I just can't stand to hear it 24 hours a day. You know, it got to be some type of difference in between it. Now I can see how, you know, certain black actors and actresses, they feel like, okay, only time you see us on television is if we're, dare I say it, cooning. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Showing our teeth, bucking our eyes and all that craziness, you know? There should always be an alternative to it. Like, we should have like a black Grey's Anatomy and stuff of that nature, you know what I mean? But, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, just so you know, Grey's Anatomy is executive producer. You know, Shonda is black.
I know.
And they got some poignant black people on that show.
I understand.
Probably not the best example.
But I'm saying,
anyway.
you know, like The Wire. Let's say The Wire,
Shall we use The
75
Wire,
to
the one that you're
76% black.
Big ups to Math
You know what I'm
on
saying?
The Wire doing your thing, recurring character.
I have fun doing that.
I
That
bet
was
you
cool.
did.
They.
And CSI.
Yeah, there's no egos there.
Right?
None whatsoever.
Which leads me to my next question, bruh.
What?
You seem to be typecast these days. Do you feel like that's
not
setting
really.
you, like, are we looking forward to just seeing you gangster it out? You can only be a rapper or a drug dealer or, because you know you really can't articulate very well, so that might stop you.
Oh, he's full of crap. You know I articulate well. I enunciate well.
You do!
I enunciate very well.
I know. You're an intelligent black
You know what though? You're right as far as, you know, playing the thug role or whatever, but it's
Yeah.
what you put into it that makes it different. So I wouldn't even say that I'm in the stereotypical role or a typecast role because I always bring something different to each dude, you know?
Yeah.
There's different levels of thug, you know? There's the
concur.
corporate thug, and then there's that street level thug. And then there's the idiot thug. that
Right,
just,
right.
You know, he ain't got
That
no
just be
damn-
hugging the block all
There
day.
you go. He hug the block all day, ain't getting no money, nothing. He just thugging.
Everything cool, boy?
I use a little more this week, Purse.
How much more you want?
Take another 5 Z's.
Oh, boy, you got big aspirations, Luke.
That's a lot of debt.
Okay, soldier. Be careful up there. This blood-clad Giuliani got them bomber-clad police looking at everybody and everything. Even white boy like you.
I'm always careful, you know that.
You know, that is why me like you. Look, you. Scar ready to die.
So, I mean, can you aspire to be a doctor? Can we see you on the spinoff of Grey's
I don't
Anatomy,
like
brother?
using the big words.
Oh,
You know, they
that
don't.
bothers you?
They make my teeth look buck when I say big words.
so that's going to keep you out of that higher.
Peripatheticism.
So we can only look forward to you keeping it quote unquote real. These are the roles you play.
I mean,
you
that
cool
ain't
with
even
that.
cute. What?
You get paper. It's whatever.
You
You
know,
don't
I
have to
like.
aspire to the lawyer role. I mean, come on. Can we
I
do
would
a
like to
little
I would
ludicrous?
like to branch out to do something like that, but I'm comfortable. Instead of using an ER, using an A at the end of my, sentences, like at the end of my words, you know what I mean? Nigga.
Whatever works for you, brother.
Entertainer.
And you are all these things.
Thank
Thank
you.
goodness you encompass all the A words.
Thank you.
Real quick, 94, one more again. A lot of violence right now. You know what I mean? Obviously, the Twin Towers was a huge, huge thing for America, well, the world in general.
yeah.
But right now, with the Columbines, with the, it's this copycat killings on the,
Yeah.
and I just feel like there's a great deal of violence, the Iraqi war, and I feel like it's prominent. And what do you think about that? Like, do you think hip-hop influences that anyway? You know how they say,
Well, they say
I
they-
killed my
they-
whole family because I listened to hip-hop. Eminem made me do it.
I swear to God, man, it's funny how they like to point the finger at us, but then you turn on the television and you see like you should see the advertising that they use in the mall now to get kids to join the Marines and Army and stuff. They got a Hummer with 2 TV screens in the back
No, they don't.
and video games.
Where did you
I
see
swear on
this?
in my mall in Staten
Why
Island.
don't you stop it?
I swear on everything I love, man.
Like a real Hummer, like a H2, not a...
Yeah, a Hummer inside the mall, right?
Right.
Television screens in the back, video games, and they're recruiting right there.
So it's unfair that they're
Yeah.
placing the blame on hip-hop.
I mean,
do you think they're placing
some
blame
of us got to be accountable for some of the stuff we do and some of the shit we say.
I'm thinking.
You know what I mean? But you can't just say it's all hip hop, especially when I turn on TV and I see a commercial for guns and I see we jaded anyway. That's why a kid feels like he can just go to school and blast this one and blast that one because he done seen blood and guts in Doom, his video game or whatever.
And he
you
doesn't
know?
think it's real, doesn't translate into reality for
It
him?
does translate into reality, but it's like you done seen it a million times. So it's like after the first one, it's all a cakewalk after
Yeah?
that.
You really feel like these kids' senses are just completely desensitized?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Does
I'm
hip-hop have
positive.
anything to do with that?
Nah, somewhat. Yeah, somewhat.
Which one is it?
Keeping it around. Somewhat, yeah, it does, man. Like I said, some of us got to be responsible for some of the shit we say. But like I said, when you live in an oppressed area for most of your life, coming up, man, I ain't never seen the NAACP bring no turkeys and shit in the hood and pass them joints out on Thanksgiving or Christmas for that matter ever. I ain't never seen the NAACP put a brick in the hood where I lived at, right? So what are you going? Nobody's telling these kids anything. This is us. Nobody's teaching us nothing. The mothers can't teach us shit because by the time they get off work, they too tired to tell us any fucking thing, and they don't care. They care, but basically, how our day went that day while she was at work, we could have did all kind of stuff. I punched a nigga in the face. First time I punched a nigga in the face and knocked him out, I was 11 years old. Desensitized. For real.
Tell me this then. It's everybody's fault but I don't? Because you know I'm a mama. And I don't have any problems talking to my son about any subject matter.
I don't think, you know what? Everybody got to be accountable for their own freaking mess.
Already.
Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? And the first law of nature is self-preservation. I'm not taking the blame for your kid, especially, I just don't want that little motherfucker running around, you know what I mean, and shooting one of my kids.
Like Chris Rock said, please take your ass home and watch
And that
your
was
kid.
the
'Cause
most
then when you
true-
turn
the
15,
truest shit he could
I'm
say.
not trying to have him rob me.
That's the most truest shit he can say, and I'm not going to raise your kids through music, so beat it.
That's their job.
Word.
Okay, so with the rapping, is that put on hold for the moment? Are we looking at Meth the actor now?
Nah, acting is part-time. Music is full-time. Me and Redman in the studio right now working on our next album.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's
So I
good.
tend to find myself on tour, flying back home or flying to certain places to do a day of filming and then right back out on the road again. So yeah.
So rapping will always be your first love.
Hip-hop, just love.
And Wu-Tang, y'all just got off a tour not too long ago, right?
They did. I didn't go. I was overseas.
You
By
were doing
myself.
your own thing?
Yeah.
Grandstanding?
Nah, never that. Never grandstanding, but on the inside looking out, and you know what Wu-Tang is dealing with and stuff. Everything ain't good for everybody. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And I love them dudes. I love every last one of them dudes.
Yeah. Politics. We got to do it. Are you following the race at all? I mean, how do you feel
Nah,
about
I don't give
Obama
a
coming
fuck.
up?
I'm serious.
Meth.
I don't care. I'm happy that a black
Clifford,
man.
your mother will see this.
I know, but I'm happy that a black man is, running. And like I said in one of my other interviews, it's cool to see that, my mother and father never thought that they would live to see it, and they're finally getting to see like a black nominated
I mean, did
candidate.
you think in your lifetime you would witness this?
I didn't care.
So do you care now? Not at all? It's not
It's
a big
like, how
concern.
could
Who
I
runs
mean,
our
you know
country?
what, man? They deal on such a higher scale, man. Like I said, the same analogy I gave you with the NAACP.
Yes, sir.
Same thing with presidential candidates. I've never seen a presidential candidate step foot in a ghetto. Not one.
Do you think that'd be a wise move for him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, you would be surprised how much love is in the hood. I mean, look at Bill Clinton went to Harlem, man. Come on, B.
Did you? But you just said that they never stepped foot. Like
When he
set
after
down
his term.
offices.
After his term.
It is what it is. He's still
You know,
there.
I would love for
doing
a
big
president to
things.
come down to Park Hill and do damage control, B. You know?
Personally.
Yeah. I would, instead of see Dolores Tucker or Dionne Warwick, and this was so far back, it's so irrelevant now, but instead of them trying to criticize the lyrics and stuff, see where they coming from. Or why they are. You know what I mean?
Did you
We
vote
the
for
product of them. We they children.
But America eats their kids. You ain't know?
Yeah, but they won't tell it, man.
That's what Tupac said.
46 billion in the first quarter. 5 dudes. 46 billion in the first quarter. You gotta be kidding me. That's not, and it's not cheating. That shit is crazy right there. 46 billion. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Gas.
How do you really feel?
5 dudes, man. 5 dudes.
I wish I had more time, Mr. Method.